What's going on, golf addicts? Good to see you. DB here, Pat with me. It's the Hero World Challenge you're probably not that excited about, but we're here. It's professional golf. There's some big names playing, not Tiger. So we're here to talk about it. And it is brought to you by our friends at Front Nine Coffee. Okay.
Ooh,
Front Nine
front
Coffee.
nine.
Look, this is a great opportunity to get somebody a really nice Christmas gift. You probably have a coffee lover that you know, maybe in your family, a friend. Go get them some fresh coffee. Say, look, I'm tired of seeing you drink that nasty gassed up coffee that you buy in the grocery store. I'm gonna get you something fresh. Order it fresh. Have it shipped to their door if you can't see them in person. They'll do that. They'll Front Nine will ship it anywhere in the U.S. or Canada. Get there in a couple days. It'll be fresh. It'll be delicious. Hell, get them a bag with one of our faces on it, and they don't even know who they are, and they'll be like, "What? Who the hell are these guys? Why do I want DB's bucket of balls in my coffee pot?" But just do it. It'll be fun, okay? And use promo code TJ10 and get yourself 10% off your entire order. You can use that over and over again. So I know a lot of you guys are out there drinking this coffee already.
Mhm.
Keep drinking it and keep using promo code TJ10. Support a local small business started right here in Augusta, Georgia that love coffee and they love golf. So here we are. Front9coffee.com is the website. The number 9coffee.com to check out everything they got. Pat,
Hey, that makes me think. Can I start off the show with a confession?
Yeah. Yeah, of course. That would be great. I mean, what else are we gonna talk about?
Yeah, it has to do with Front Nine Coffee because I love Front Nine Coffee, and I finally had to put your bucket of balls,
Yeah. Yeah.
your beans in my coffee grinder.
Yeah.
I mean, I put your beans in my grinder, and I gotta say,
Ouch.
they they grinded up good. They
There's
tasted good.
yeah.
They are some good beans. I
They're,
mean, I think I still like mine a little better, but yours are some good beans, and I was quite impressed. I didn't think they were going to work, in the old French press, because they're not really espresso beans,
mhm.
but
Oh, but they work, don't they?
somehow they worked in there. I don't know how your beans,
I got versatile beans.
yeah.
Very versatile. I've been told that before. So I'm glad you've enjoyed it. Yes, I mean,
Yeah.
your coffee's not bad either. I'm actually, I sometimes go back and forth. So they're both good. Now, granted, mine's been the best seller, but that's neither here nor there. We're not here to talk about that.
No, I just needed to confess that.
Good. I'm glad you did. Listen, we hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. If I think we only told people in the Nut Hut that we were thankful for them. So if you weren't one of those, we are also thankful for you. We're not quite as thankful for you not being in the Nut Hut, but we hope you had a great Thanksgiving either way. We sure did. December's here. It's pretty much here. It's right around the corner. And this is really the last thing. It's the last event. I guess maybe Tiger plays in the match with Rory, although that's obviously up in question after withdrawing from his own event with plantar fasciitis, which I have had in both my feet, and it does
Is
suck.
that real?
Yes, it's real. What do you
That's
think it is?
not like
Tooth
restless
fairy?
leg syndrome or something, is it?
No, no. What?
Okay.
I'm pretty sure restless leg is real too. What do you think? You think
I
that's
think there's
fake?
some question. I think there's some question on restless leg
What do
syndrome.
you think that restless leg syndrome actually is?
I have no idea. I've just heard it questioned. I don't know if it's a real thing
You've
or if
heard
it's
it
in your
questioned.
mind. Yeah.
Yes, it's real. I mean, are you telling me Tiger? Oh wow. How did you know, Pat, that restless leg syndrome is also called the Willis-Ekbom disease? Willis-Ekbom.
Hmm.
Great, I think I played shortstop with that.
Actually, I do think plantar fasciitis is real, but restless leg syndrome, I think, is still out there in the questionable world.
That's like a flat earth thing for you, huh? We're not sure. Is it really?
We don't know yet.
Mm, okay.
I'm
Yeah,
just
Cliff
saying.
was in the chat. He says like tennis elbow.
Yeah. Okay.
But you played tennis, Pat. I mean, is tennis elbow real?
I think it is.
You think it
But
is?
if you put like a band on
Mhm.
a wristband on some things, it helps it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's what I hear. That's the medical
Yeah.
advice right there. Yeah, Tiger's not playing. It really sucks with Drew today. We'll see how the match goes. That's next weekend, I believe. I think that's the 10th. And then you got the PNC Father Son Challenge with Charlie. Hope he doesn't let down. Hope he doesn't let down Charlie there. But
This is the silly season, as I like to call it.
the silly season, it's our little bitty break that we get in the action. We're trying to, we're doing a lot of things. Santa's elves are working hard in the month of December. They're doing a lot of things. They're wood shopping and woodworking and they're doing electrical stuff and they're getting stuff ready. They're polishing up the sleigh and they're doing all the things. But Tour Junkies elves are working real hard in December too.
Mhm.
We're trying to jam a whole year worth of feedback and things we want to do better and things we want to keep doing and things we want to stop doing and things we want to improve on and values we want to add and all these things and gather all this feedback from people and make changes and make adjustments, improve things, which I think we've done every year. I really do. I believe we've done that every year. Now going on year 8. And so we got some busy elves too. And we definitely want your help. Listen, if you have ever been a member of the Nut Hut or you are currently in the member of the Nut Hut, you did receive an email at around today on Monday, around
Mhm.
2:15 Eastern. Hit your inbox, and it's a quick survey. It'll take you 5-7 minutes max if you really put a lot of effort into it to fill out that survey. We're getting a lot of feedback on the Nut Hut. We want to improve the Nut Hut drastically in 2023, make it so valuable you can't live without it. I think we've already made a lot of improvements. We're making even more. And we really will base it strongly off the feedback we get from you guys, whether canceled or active. Me and Pat will be the only ones that read it, and so you can't hurt our feelings. Well, you can't hurt my feelings. You probably hurt Pat's feelings, but you can't hurt mine. And we just want to know, what we just want to hear from you. That's all we want to do. We want to hear from you and improve the hut. I'm looking forward to that. We're making some other improvements along the way, Pat. It's gonna be exciting. But let's get into it. Let's talk betting because nobody wants to play DFS. I
Yeah,
don't
I'm
want
not.
to play
I
DFS.
don't.
And I just really think, like, what do we think of a tout that's like, oh, you got to play this week. This is a great week to play. Everybody's telling you it's a sorry week to play. You got to take advantage of that. No, no, no. I just think categorically that's wrong. There are 19 players in the field right now, right? Am I right? 19? And
Mhm.
you're going to play 6 of them in a lineup. You're going to play a third of the field in a lineup. Like, just don't play it. Just save the bankroll. Do it in NFL, do NBA. Just don't play it. But let's bet on it. I did hit Victor Hovland here last year. Let's just bet. Shall we do that?
Yes, I
Okay.
would love to bet this week.
Would love to bet. I don't know about that. That's strong, but we'll give it a shot. Um, John Rahm is the head and shoulders favorite, as he should be. He won this event his very first time. He won it, and then he finished second the second time, and then he just won on the DP World Tour Championship. He's playing great, and he's around 5-1 pretty much everywhere you look. Um, I think it's probably a good bet to put with some sort of NFL parlay or something like that. But 5-1, no thanks. Especially if we get weather. I guess we should talk about the golf course a little bit, huh, Pat? Should we?
We can. I mean, I don't remember a whole lot about it other than it's got
Good.
5 par threes and 5 par fives,
Yeah,
right?
Albany Golf Club in the
Yeah,
Bahamas, par
all
72.
Bermuda.
Yep, all Bermuda, 7,400 yards roughly. Ernie Els design. The winning scores have been anywhere from 18 under to 25 under. So
Mhm.
total birdie fest. Hovland won last year as a first timer. Rahm won as a first timer as well. Stinson won in 2019. They didn't have this event in 2020 due to COVID. Then before Rahm, it was Fowler, Hideki, Bubba Watson, Jordan Spieth. Those are some recent winners. Bermuda everywhere, what you said. The greens are pretty small too, actually. The greens are fairly
Mhm.
small. Water and play on about 5 holes. Wide fairways, very little rough. Wind is the ultimate factor in terms of how difficult this thing could truly play. But other than that, it's also like figuring out who cares, you know?
Yeah, I was just thinking that before you actually started talking about the course. I was looking at it and I was thinking, Rahm favorite. Is he here for just a vacation? But I almost think everybody in the field is here for a vacation.
Yeah, I think there's
Like I think
definitely.
it's all across the board the same. I think they all care about the same. So
See, I
it's
don't think so. I think there's probably a few more in here that care a little bit more. I agree. Like, if you're here, you're proud to be here. You're excited you're here. You're
Mhm.
the event hosted by Tiger. But and you're gonna have fun and you're gonna relax. You're gonna have a vacation. You're gonna eat some good food. But I just think the difference in Tom Kim being here, single,
I figured
no
that was going to be the
kids.
name you put out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's gotta be different than, Tony Finau, which I still love this week, or, um, Yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's got to be a little different there, don't you think? Or like
I
what if it's not a difference before the tournament starts, but like day one, Tom Kim and give me a name, Tom Kim and let's go with Jordan Spieth. He's probably got Annie here. He's got the baby here. He's played here a bunch. Tom Kim, Jordan Spieth both go out day one, shoot 2 over. Yeah, who are you more interested in betting live to finish top 5 or to do anything for the rest of the week?
it would be Kim.
Yeah, it'd be Tom Kim.
Yeah, it'd be Kim.
Jordan's going to be like turn up and
Yeah, I agree. I just think, and I don't think nobody's going to withdraw from the tournament other than like early, like Tiger. There's nobody going to do it in the middle of the event. I don't think, unless they get hurt.
Yeah. Who withdrew from his last event, right? With like didn't he do that? With like his neck issue or something?
Yeah,
that could be a factor.
He's not even in the field, is he?
Oh, I thought he was. He's listed.
He's not on the betting.
Oh no, he was. Oh no, he's not on the. He was there this morning. I don't know. They've moved people around. Sepp Straka got in, by the way, instead of Tiger. So
either way, it's I don't know. The whole I think it is sort of leveled out as far as people are there to have fun. They are all competitors. We know this about golfers. I mean, pro golfers all are high on themselves and they want to win. So we know that. But I just don't know if there's a whole lot you can really factor into when you're betting outrights early. Now, if you're live betting, I think you can definitely figure some things out, but not ahead of time. I just don't see it.
I think weather's a big factor, of course. We'll take a look and see how it goes. I mean, but you're not going to have a wave advantage because everybody's going to go off pretty much at the same time. So at that point, if the weather's rough, if the wind is rough, like if it's bad, if it's hard, maybe even makes those guys who care a little bit more even better, even more interesting to me. Maybe it changes the skill set a little bit that you're looking for. I mean, I think for the most part, with the generous fairways out here, if we don't get a lot of wind, it's really a lot of driver. I mean, it's driver heavy. But if the wind picks up, they have these waste areas and these waste bunkers, sandy spots, plus 5 holes with water. Where if you're really spraying it, if you're not in control, that could be a big issue, especially on a course otherwise you should be scoring on. So, and then you're going to have these small greens get missed. So maybe if the wind is going to be up a good bit, you look at guys who are a little bit more total drivers, maybe less like pure bombers, a little bit more total drivers, good drive percentage or something on Fantasy National. Mix that with a little strokes gained around the green, especially on Bermuda surfaces, because they're going to miss more greens. They're going to need to get up and down, and then we go from there. But for right now, it does look like there's some wind projected, but that could change a lot. This is Monday night. All right, so we talked about Jon Rahm. Yeah, I mean, 5-1. It's just, I do think he is a very worthy favorite, and he's probably going to win. I just, I would rather bet him with some sort of anytime touchdown. I don't know. Is Pittsburgh playing right now? Is Pittsburgh Colts playing right now? Is that who it is? Has anybody scored? I love me some Pat Freiermuth anytime touchdown tonight. I don't know if it happens, but man, if I could get get me a little Freiermuth and I see somebody scored. Let's see what happened.
No, you got two field goals.
Okay. If I could get me a little Pat Freiermuth plus 280 or whatever he was, Jon Rahm outright parlay, I would knock that out. And then if Freiermuth whiffs, I'll do something on Thursday. But anyway, that's my thoughts on Jon Rahm. Who's your guy like up top? If you got to pick one or two, I mean, I don't want to give more than like 3 or 4 bets here, but
yeah, I mean, because there's 20
there's
people,
20 people,
so we could name the whole field. If I'm looking up top, I think there's going to be a lot of people that do go to Finau. Obviously, he's in great form, and he's just playing well.
9-1, best number you can get on him. Yep.
I really think that I'm going to go with a little Justin Thomas up here at 12-1. Yeah, which is the best I see him at. Yeah, I think Justin Thomas. This is he's played here a couple times before. He hasn't been great. I mean, just in the top half of the field. But if you look at, some of the stats for him, I like the par 5 stats. He's fifth in the field in par 5 scoring. He's fourth in opportunities gained. He's third off the tee. I'm looking at strokes gained off the tee. Doesn't really putt well on Bermuda, but I think that could be some good value there for old JT at 12-1. So he's the first one that jumps off the board to me. And I'm probably gonna be a little different this week because I think and not that it matters. I mean, you just got to bet your guys that you like. I mean, it's not DFS, so we're not looking at ownership or anything like that. But JT's a guy I feel pretty good about this week. So I like him up top. He's probably my favorite bet up here. I thought about Xander really hard, but I think I'm gonna go in there with JT at 12-1.
Okay, I didn't see that coming. I'm not really buying JT at the moment. Just when I could have Finau just a little shorter, 9-1. I mean, guy's playing so good right now. Like, I mean, you know, who cares if he's here to vacation? He's just been extremely
He's
hot.
been really good. Yeah.
Yeah. And then and then I am tempted by the defending champ currently, old Victor.
Hovland.
He's
Yeah.
one of the few guys in the field like not married, so he's not here lugging a wife around and having to deal with all that. You got to feel like Victor's just, he's just he's just here to smile and grin and continue to pick up paychecks and world golf ranking points.
Well, he's won before because I was about to say, like, what if they're, he seems to be happy a lot, smiling,
Yeah,
like things like he could be given, like things in the Bahamas you can't get other way, in other places.
true. That's true.
Maybe it helps him. Maybe it helps him. I don't
So
know.
I definitely kind of like Vic at 14-1 is the best number you can get him. Is pretty much 14-1 across the board. So I'll go back to back. I could hit Victor back to back 14, 15-1 at the Hero. By the way, speaking of making people happy, another Christmas you could do is buy this cool Tour Junkies Christmas sweater.
I've got 2 of them.
If you're not watching on YouTube, it's a beautiful sweater I'm wearing. You have 2 of them? Why do you have 2 of them?
I got me and my wife one.
Oh, matching. Going to the
Yeah.
Christmas party. Okay. I will say this. I think, Pat, I don't know if you've put yours on. I think they run a little small. So size up if you're going to do that. And you probably need to order like this week for sure to get it in time for any sort of like pre-Christmas thing. Otherwise, the shipping takes a little bit. The production takes a little bit. So those are on the site, tourjunkies.com. Check that out. Also, I have to say this, Pat. This is huge. We are $2,675 away from a Tour Junkies fully funded, fully sponsored well in Togo, West Africa, which is amazing. If you've not been following along, my wife and I's nonprofit, 28bold.com, is a 501c3 approved nonprofit putting wells in the ground in Africa for people who do not have access to clean water. We've done over a dozen of those, and we're going to do a couple next year, and we want one of them to be completely funded by the Tour Junkies, listeners, followers, viewers like you. We raised some money for this starting at Golby's Cup at our golf tournament, and we've raised some more today. This Tuesday of this week is Giving Tuesday across the country. It's a popular day for a lot of people to give, make donations year end, and give back. So if you would like to do that and you don't have a place to do that, we would love to have it because we're only $2,675 away from a fully funded well. And we're going to put that in the ground next year in February. If we can get it done in time, we'll have a Tour Junkies little plaque and thing there. It's going to be awesome. And it'll just be a cool thing for us to do with our followers and listeners and fans. And it'll help hundreds of people who do not have access to clean water get clean water easily, freely. It'll be free. And they will not have to walk miles to do it. And it will be a fairly limitless supply of water. So it's a great thing. If you want to see more information about 28 Bold, you can go to 28bold.com. But the link to donate is in the description of the podcast. You can click that link. It'll take you straight to the category that you need to donate to. And as soon as you do donate, you'll put your email address in. You'll immediately get an emailed receipt for tax purposes. And then at the end of the year, you'll get a giving statement for tax purposes as well if you need a full-on statement. So, 501c3 100% deductible donation. Check it out, and let's. We're $2,675 away. I'd love to hit that by Tuesday, like by this week. It'd be great to say we did that. So that's my last. That's my last plug for the night. 28 Bolt. You know who I'm tempted by in here, Pat? But I only want to play one of Hovland or this guy. I'm really tempted by Sung Jae at 16-1.
Mm.
Are you?
Yeah, there's really kind of, well, I mean, again, they're all short odds, but there's, 2 or 3 left in here that I'm sort of torn between. Sung Jae was one of them. I'm with you there. And he's 16-1 across the board. Everybody's in agreement. All the books are in agreement on him.
First time here, which isn't a big deal. Doesn't really seem to matter. 7th at the Shriners, whatever at the Zozo and CJ Cup, kind of middle of the road there. Haven't seen him since then. But he's just he's one of those who I think maybe if the wind picks up, I might like him a little more. Just really good short game, Bermuda game. Obviously a solid ball striker. Single, again, no kids, no distractions. Not going to get. I don't see him as one of those Bahamas, funny grass kind of guys. Maybe he is. He could surprise me, but I feel like he's one that would come in here and just be focused, ready to roll, do his thing. So Sung Jae interests me a little bit, but I just can't bring myself to like bet him and Hovland in this range. I kind of feel like you have to pick a couple at your one at the range and be done until we get to the bottom here, which I'm about to, and then yeah. Anybody else in this spot, kind of in this mid range?
I mean, all of these are mid-range, aren't
Well, I
they?
mean, for this tournament. All right, who's the longest number? Give me your longest shot, longest number.
Um,
You got Max
well,
Homa coming off of baby. He just had that
the
baby.
longest number that I like is 20-1.
Okay,
And there's several in that category. I don't really like Homa, who's 20. So Homa, Connors, Horschel, and Kiz are basically those are the longest after that, and Kiz is 60, 6-1. I don't think Kiz is winning. But I think I could see after all that happened this year, so close, he finally wins here at the Hero Challenge. Cam Young at 20-1.
Yep.
Fan of Cam Young. I think it's a great course fit for him.
Yep.
So 20-1. I think he's probably my longest shot guy that I do like. I think if you do get rough, windy conditions, and we see that on like a Wednesday, and maybe odds get a little longer for him, like a Shane Lowry could be interesting.
More of a grinder. Yeah.
But Cam Young to me just seems like this is a perfect fit for him. He can score a lot, bombs it, does
par
everything you need to.
fives.
Yeah, all the par fives. Cam Young is at 20-1. I think is a very good bet.
If you're looking at Fantasy National, and I mean it's a limited number because he's obviously had a limited number of starts in terms of this is only his second full year on tour, but his windy AF numbers have not been good. Now, how many rounds he's actually played in windy AF conditions, which I think are 17 miles an hour or over on Fantasy National, probably not very many. But he is pretty good in moderate wind. So, I mean, he's probably okay. Bermuda is a surface that he does well on, so I like that. Couldn't agree more. Cam Young was the one for me as well, just in terms of the longer number at 20-1, and then also Tom Kim. So for me, it's Tony Finau for sure. It's Cam Young and Tom Kim for sure. And I think I'm just gonna have to make a decision between Hovland and Sung Jae, but I only want to bet one of those. But I'm there on Tom too, for all the reasons that you would think I'm there for Tom Kim. I mean, I think for guys like Tom Kim and Cam Young, you know, like those guys have got to be geeked out to be here, right? Like it's not like Jordan Spieth who's been here 5 times or whatever.
Yeah.
They're a Tigers event in the Bahamas. They got to be pretty amped to tee it up and play. Maybe they're not. I mean, Cam Young somewhat strikes me as a guy who doesn't get amped for much, but I don't know. I just feel like there's a little extra motivation factor that I could be just projecting on there for kicks and giggles, and it means nothing. But it just feels like those are guys who have a little extra to play for and reason to be here. And I think that's worth something this week.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I mean, for me, I think I still I'm gonna plant a little flag on JT. I think he's not popular, but that's okay. 12 to 1. I think I'm getting some pretty good value based on the field there. And then really, Cam Young is definitely one of my favorites, and I'm with you on Tom Kim. I think he's just the guy is an absolute stud.
Yeah.
I mean, he's already come out and just shown that he can win, and so that's huge. So that's really it for me. I may sprinkle in a little Shane Lowry since I mentioned him. So
We'll get into some prize picks maybe in the Nut Hut. We can handle that in the Nut Hut this week. And any other bets we want to throw out there, we'll always get that going in the Nut Hut. And listen, it's been a great year. We'll have some more content dropping. We got some really good interviews coming out. If you've not already checked those out, I think some ones coming up would be Mark Hubbard. Very funny. Ben On. We had a good time with Ben On. That one's dropping. And then we just did Chris Gotterup today, recorded that one today. Chris Gotterup, stud. That was a good one. We got a lot of good interviews coming out. So stay tuned to the podcast and the YouTube channel before January, and enjoy the content coming out. And yeah, I think that's probably it for the hero. You good? I'm good.
I'm good. Yeah.
We're good. Let's
Woo!
bend over our bookies, people, and have fun watching Tigers event. All right.